Yo, what's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? So in this video, I want to talk about you taking responsibility for your failures with women. Okay? So there are going to be times in your life when you're dealing with girls, things are not going to go the way you expect. They're not going to go the way you want. And what's going to happen is that you might end up blaming the chick. You're going to be like, oh, fuck this bitch, and why she got to be that way and all this other stuff, right? But what happens is that when you're just blaming the girl, what you're doing is that you are taking responsibility away from your part in the situation, right? So when you're dealing with the chick, you know, you're doing something in this situation to create the situation. So if things don't go right, you have to take responsibility for that. Now, why should you take responsibility for these things? One is because you are part of it. And two, what you want to do is you want to condition yourself to be able to see the things that you may be doing wrong in situations so that you don't do those things again. Because the thing is, if you're only blaming the girl, what's going to happen is that you're taking responsibility away from you, and then you don't learn anything, and then you end up making the same mistakes again, right? So, you know, there are times where, let's say, for example, you might have been talking to a girl and you really liked her, but then you kept calling her so much and then you started acting real needy, and then she didn't want to see you anymore. And now you're like, oh, fuck that bitch, and she acting stupid, whatever. But the thing is, you didn't see your part in the situation of you being needy and clingy, which drove her away, right? You might have been in a situation where you're dealing with a girl, and let's say, for example, you noticed from the jump that she was sort of like drama. She had a whole bunch of drama with her. She was acting crazy. She was acting stupid from the jump. But you continued to deal with her. And then she brought drama to your life. And now you're sort of upset and pissed off and you're blaming her. But you took part in that situation. Right? Like, I remember one time, you know, I was supposed to go on a date with this chick. And she basically flaked on me, right? And I hit her up again the next, I think, week, and she was like, yeah, let's get together, you know, this other time. So we set up the other time, and then she flaked again, right? And then what happened was, there was another girl I was going to go out with. This girl was ready to see me, but then this first girl who flaked on me twice called me and was like, hey, I want to, you know, see you and all this other stuff. So I kicked that new girl to the curb to try to see this girl who flaked on me twice. Next thing you know, this girl flaked on me a third time. You see what I'm saying? So like, now I'm up there getting mad at this chick and on some, oh, what the fuck is wrong with this girl? But see, that was me, you know, participating in that. So I have to take responsibility for me being in that situation because I did that. I participated in that. Now, there are times where, you know, chicks will do things and you may say, well, it's not my fault. You know, I didn't know she was going to do that. I didn't know she was going to act like that or whatever. Even in those situations, take responsibility for that thing, because you want to get into the habit of taking responsibility so that you can say, okay, what in this situation could I have done to not make this situation happen? Or what can I do in this situation to make it better for the next time? So for example, you might have just approached a girl and tried to talk to her, and she was just had a crazy attitude. Let's say she cursed you out or whatever. Let's say she was like, get the fuck out my face, whatever. And so you're thinking, damn, like, what did I do in this situation that was, you know, my fault? You still approached her. You still engaged with her. And on top of that, if you would have got upset and pissed off and cursed her back out and all this other stuff, that's you doing that. That's on you. So maybe next time you can say, you know what? The next time I approach a chick, I'm not going to get upset about it if she acts this way. I'm just going to walk away and just do my thing. You see what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you still chose to go up and approach that girl who, you know, yelled at you or was being rude or mean. Now, on the surface, that might not seem like, damn, well, that's, you know, your fault, but you still approached her. And the reason why I'm saying it this way is because I still want you to get into the habit of taking responsibility for everything. Because again, when you do that, what happens is that you're not placing blame on the girl or anyone else. And then you are doing things to make your situation better for the next time, even if it's just your own peace of mind, and you just feeling good about yourself in these situations versus being angry, frustrated, and blaming the chicks. You understand? See, another thing that I noticed, because what happened was I've had sex with, like I stopped counting after 100, but it's got to be at least between about 140 to about 160 chicks in that range, right? Now, out of those women, maybe about, I would say, maybe 15 or 16 of those girls, when I was having sex with them or about to have sex with them, I couldn't get it up, right? Now, at first when this happened, for the first few times, I was, like, in my head, I'm sort of blaming the girl. I was like, oh, she don't know how to suck dick right. She was, because there were situations I was in where I'd be, interacting with the chick and she wasn't really like, that great at what she was doing as far as the sex goes. So then I was saying, well, see, because the girl was like that, or she was giving head all whack, I couldn't get hard, right? So that was me blaming the chick. And so what happened was that after a while, I was like, you know what? I can't blame the chick for me not getting hard. So anytime that, happened again, I would say to myself, I'll be like, what's going on with me? And then what I noticed, a lot of times is some of those girls who I didn't get hard with was because I noticed that I wasn't that attracted to them, right? But who was the one who chose those girls? It was me. You understand what I'm saying? That was my fault. So I couldn't get hard because I wasn't attracted to them, but I chose those girls to have sex with. So that was all on me. You see what I'm saying? There were times where I noticed that I couldn't get hard because I was uncomfortable in the situation. So the girls I was attracted to, but for some other reason, I was just not comfortable in that situation. So I took responsibility and said, well, you know what? The reason why that I didn't get hard is because I was uncomfortable. You understand? It wasn't their fault. It was me. I took full responsibility for that. Right? So there were times where, at first I was like, oh, it's because she did this, it's because she did that. But then I looked at myself and said, okay, what is it in these situations that I took part in, or the things that, I did to make the situation be the way it is? And then so what happened was I was like, okay, well, let me stop fucking these girls that I'm not that attracted to. If I'm in a situation where I'm not feeling comfortable, because there was times where I remember one of the times I was feeling comfortable was this girl. She was like, we went to her house to hook up or whatever, and then she was like, oh, my roommate's not there, but we got to hurry up because when my roommate gets back, she doesn't like me having guests over and blah, blah, blah. So I'm trying to rush to have sex with this girl, and I'm just like uncomfortable in the situation because I'm like, God damn, relax. You understand? And so I know for myself, if I'm ever in that situation again where it's just not going to go down, I'm just going to be like, well, we're going to have to do this another time. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not going to sit here and be uncomfortable and then this happens. You understand? And then I know it's happening because I'm uncomfortable. So I'm not going to sit there and blame her. I'm looking at my actions. You see what I'm saying? So that's the thing that I want you guys to understand when it comes to this game. You understand? You have to take full responsibility for your actions, take full responsibility for the failures that you have in these situations. And the failures could be, whatever it is for you. You understand? You could be the type of guy who, took back an ex-girlfriend that, it turned out horrible when you got back with her. It could be, you spent too much money on a chick and was tricking or whatever, and you noticed that you was being on some bullshit. It could be you was like simping and all this other stuff, whatever it is. Take full responsibility for it so that you can recognize what you're doing in the situation and you can be better for the next time. Now, before you turn off this video, I want you to do 3 quick things. 1, I want you to click the link below to send me a question. If you have a question on dating and relationships, I'll make a video about it. 2, I want you to click the link under that to get my free audio program, Undeniable Game, which teaches you 7 easy to follow tips on how to really attract beautiful women. And 3, I want you to click the link under that one to go to Bad Boy Membership, where you get 45 through 90-minute audio and video dating advice tutorials every month.
What's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy Membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 through 90-minute, easy to follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy Membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.